Hey, what's going on everybody? Steve here with Rake and Profit, and in today's video, I want to cover 5 reasons you're not making as much money in your eBay to Amazon business as you could be making. Now, if you're new to my channel, I have been selling on Amazon for over 10 years. I've been buying products from eBay and flipping them on Amazon going on 6 years now. I've flipped over 35,000 products from eBay to Amazon for over $3 million. In today's video, I want to break down the top 5 mistakes, the top 5 things that I'm seeing that people just aren't doing, and it's causing their business to not grow. They're missing out on a lot of opportunities. They're missing out on a lot of income. And I think these are very, very important. So without further ado, smash that like button and let's dive into these 5 reasons you might not be making as much money as you could be making. All right, number 1, you're not selling enough items to get auto ungated in more products. So pretty much the way it works is when you're new to selling on Amazon, you're gonna be gated and restricted in a ton of different categories, and more specifically, a ton of brands and products, okay? So when you're first getting started, you're only gonna be able to sell what you can sell. Maybe you're gonna be able to sell some books, some electronics, maybe, some household items, and you might be scanning items or sourcing for items with Replun Catcher or doing eBay to Amazon or thrifting, and you're finding that 80 to 90% of the items that you wanna sell, you cannot sell. And when you apply to sell, they're asking for an invoice or they're just not accepting applications. So pretty much the way it works is when you're new to selling on Amazon, they do not trust you, and they're gonna gate and restrict you on a lot of products. So pretty much what you have to do in a nutshell is you have to sell what you can sell, the 10% of the catalog. And as you sell more and more items, I know it's frustrating, not being able to sell everything, but the more items that you sell, the more volume that you do, even though it's an uphill battle in the beginning, Amazon's gonna trust you more, and they're gonna start to allow you to auto ungate, which means you're not gonna need invoices. When you go to sell something, you're gonna be able to actually sell it without invoices. And if you're using Replun Catcher, when you're in the live stream and you're sourcing, you can actually be able to look at and filter out all the products you can't sell. And there's a nice apply to sell button right there that you can apply to sell. And you're gonna notice as time goes on, as a couple months go on, your volume is increasing, you're gonna be able to sell more and more products. And as you sell more on Amazon, you start to create an advantage for yourself over other sellers, right? Most sellers are gonna get started, they're gonna notice they're restricted in 80 to 90% of the catalog, and they're gonna quit, they're gonna give up, and they're gonna run away. But the reality is, if you stick with it, if you deal with the, the crazy gating issues in the beginning, it's gonna reward you a ton long term. All right, guys, let's jump into the second reason that you're not making as much money in your eBay to Amazon business as you could be making, right? We already covered number 1, which you're not giving yourself enough of a chance. You're not selling the volume that you could be. Even though you can't sell a lot, you're not sticking with it. And like I mentioned, the more you stick with it, the more you're gonna get auto ungated. But number 2 is the products that you are buying, right? You might be restricted in 10 items and you can only buy 1 or 2. You're saying to yourself, well, I'm restricted so much, I'm just gonna buy anything and everything that I can sell. And the problem is a lot of the items aren't going to sell. Amazon has a lot of products within the website that are for sale, but they don't sell. And one thing that you have to do is you have to look at the sales rank, you have to look at the monthly sales. I'd highly recommend, if you're new, to become very good at using Keepa, okay? Keepa is essentially a tool that will share with you the price history of a specific product on Amazon. You'll be able to see how many times per month it's selling, the sales rank, the trends, the offer count, how fast or how slow it's selling. And also what you can do is you can take a look to see if the buy box is rotating. You can look at buy box statistics. And if you didn't know, 80 to 90% of sales on Amazon are going through the buy box, the buy it now button. You might think that customers are going in and reading all the descriptions and looking at all the sellers. They're not. They're jumping on an Amazon listing and they're hitting buy it now. So one of the things that you really need to make sure that you're doing is you're looking at who's on the listing. How many sellers are currently on the listing? What's the lowest FBA price? Or maybe you're a merchant fulfilled seller. What's the lowest merchant fulfilled price? Or what is Keepa showing you in terms of what have the merchant fulfilled sellers been selling it for, right? You can look at the graphs, you can look at the buy box statistics, but you have to make sure that the products that you're selling are actually gonna sell in an adequate amount of time. And, especially for booksellers, you could find books that you could be buying on eBay or buying on Amazon for $6, $7, $8 that you might be able to sell it for $50 or $60, but the ranks are 6 million. It hasn't had a sale in 7 months. And even though it's mega profitable, you're actually losing money, even though you might make money down the road because it's such a slow seller. And again, Amazon wants to see you selling through your inventory in the beginning to know that you're a good seller, seeing positive feedback, positive metrics. So you really want to focus on, my highest recommendation would be focus on items that are selling. Even if you're making less profit, right? Maybe you want a minimum of a $10 profit. Maybe go for a $4 profit or a $5 profit in the beginning or a $3 profit just to get that volume, to get that feedback, to show Amazon, look, I'm selling products. I'm making you money, Amazon. So please, can you give me a little bit more leeway to sell more products? So, again, make sure that you're studying Keepa. If you're, doing eBay to Amazon, Replen Catcher has a Keepa chart built in automatically, so you don't even have to pay for it. Also within Replen Catcher, if you're using SellerAmp, there's a SellerAmp integration, so you can open that up for every product you're considering buying from eBay to Amazon to see all of the offers, the rank, the monthly sales, a whole bunch of data to make sure that the items that you're buying are gonna sell in a timely manner. So again, just to recap, I know I've said this like 52 times already, you wanna make sure that you're going after items that are gonna be flipping. Preferably, I'd say selling within a month or two. If you guys want me to do another video where I share more examples in terms of how you can tell if an item's gonna sell within a month or two, then comment the word month or two down below. Number 3, this is a big one right here. And again, I think this segues perfectly from number 2, which was the products that you're buying are too slow selling. Number 3 is you're buying a lot of products. I see a lot of eBay to Amazon flippers buying a ton of products where they think they're gonna sell, this item for $50, right? They think they're gonna sell this item for $70. I know you're not selling doTERRA products or, mugs on Amazon for the most part, but they're seeing an item that the buy box is at $70. They see they could buy it for $20 on eBay with Replen Catcher, and they're like, wow, I'm gonna make $50 gross profit, probably net $25. This is fantastic. But what they don't realize is the buy box is not correct. Even though an item might be for sale for $70, it doesn't mean that that item is going to sell for $70. So how do you know what an item could realistically sell for? Keepa. Looking at Keepa. You might jump on a listing where, again, you see somebody selling this for $70. Maybe there's a second person selling it for $69, a third person selling it for $74, and you're like, this is where the market is. But what you have to understand is that doesn't mean that people have actually sold that item for that specific price. So with Keepa, you can take a look at the history of the listing to see what it's actually been selling for. And you can actually take a look to see who's been on the listing previously, right? Maybe you see John123 on the listing 5 months ago for $62, but now he's gone. He most likely sold it. Or maybe you see Heather123 for $22 and another person for $42, and they're all gone. You can look at this information to get an idea of what it's actually sold for based on what's happened in the past. So you might see a bunch of people listing an item for $70, but if you look on Keepa and you notice everybody previously in the buy box was being won for $22, $26, $32, $35, the item's probably a $20 to a $40 item. Now, it doesn't mean that somebody might not come around and buy it for $70, but if you look at the history of a specific product and in the past it's selling for $20 to $30, you're probably not gonna sell it for $70. There's a small chance that you could, and I've done it before. I've sold products where it's only been selling for $20 to $30 and sold it for $100 because it was a rare item or it was discontinued or something happened. There was some type of weird thing, market inefficiency that occurred, but for the most part, you wanna stay within, I would say, a 5 to a 20% range in terms of what the item's been selling for in the past. So to make a long story short, don't just trust the buy box. Don't just trust what Replen Catcher tells you or what SellerAmp tells you. You have to dive into Keepa and really look at, what do I realistically think I could sell this item for? Because guess what? If an item really only sells for 30 or 40, and that's really what people are willing to pay, if you list it for 70, it might just sit forever. Yeah, maybe there will be a sale that occurs here and there, but that might happen 3, 4, 5, 6 months down the road. And guess what's going to happen with your competitors? They're going to start undercutting the listing as the item doesn't sell. And next thing you know, there's a bunch of price tanking. It took forever to sell. And this could have been avoided if you would have looked into Keepa, if you would have looked into the buy box statistics to see what the buy box has been won for 3 months ago, 6 months, a year ago, and you would have been able to buy it at a better price or just avoid the item altogether. Again, all because Replen Catcher, all because SellerAmp tells you something. This is just data. You have to be able to look below that data and really see reality for what it is. So Just make sure when you're researching products, don't trust any of these softwares. You have to dive deeper into Keepa. The fourth reason I've noticed that a lot of people don't make a ton of money on Amazon is they're scared to spend money, okay? And I get it, we're all in a different position in life. And when I first got started, with my eBay to Amazon business in 2022, I was only spending like $500 a month and then $1,000 a month. I was new. And when you're new to something, you don't want to just go out and spend 10 grand, 20 grand, 30 grand, right? You might not even have the budget. I didn't really want to spend that much money, even though I did have the budget back then. I was new to it. But the reality is, if you want to make more money on Amazon, you've got to risk more money. I don't know what to say. It's a capital intensive business. And it's not like going to a thrift store where you're spending $1 or $2 on an item. You might be spending $20 on a DVD to flip it for $50. You might be spending $50 on a tool to flip it for $120. So if you want to make more money in an Amazon business, you're going to have to spend more money. And that's going to entail you having to learn how to use softwares, right? Learning SellerAmp, learning Replay Catcher, right? Learning how to use Replay Catcher, learning about new categories, right? Getting ungated in new categories, learning the nuances of categories, right? There's a bunch of different nuances and things that you're going to have to know flipping books from eBay to Amazon, used books versus flipping new DVDs versus flipping new electronics or used electronics, right? Or toys. Every category has a set of challenges, I would say, and nuances that you have to learn about, right? When flipping those different categories, and also building your replens list, right? People don't take the time to build their replens list. And I'll tell you, it's been one of my secrets in my eBay to Amazon business. This year, my goal is to do well over $1 million in sales, make around 160 to 200K net profit. Last year was about 130K net profit. And I'm doing that because I am focusing and doubling and tripling and quadrupling down on the products that I've sold before. If I've bought an item and I've sold it before, that's a replan. When I've sold an item before, I have more confidence. I know what it's going to sell for. I know that I'm going to win the buy box. I know how long it took to sell. I know what my net margin is, right? So with that confidence, you can buy more. You can go deeper on products. You can buy more volume of that specific product. You don't have to buy a item like a lead, a product that you've never sold before, and hope that it's going to sell, hope that you're going to win a buy box, right? Again, because there's so many nuances to dealing with products. So double down on replens, double down on the products that you've sold before, right? Learn new categories and spend more money. You've got to spend more money if you want to make more money on Amazon. And if it's too scary for you, if you don't have the funds, of course, I'm not here to judge. I'm not, saying what you should be doing. But if you want to make more money, you've got to find a way to spend more money. And last but not least, guys, number 5, this is, something that I feel like a lot of Amazon sellers should know, but I feel like a lot of people don't do this. They don't take the time to set up a system for repricing. I don't know what to say, guys. If you want your items to be competitive, you've got to reprice your inventory, okay? Now, every category is going to be a little bit different. Comparing used books repricing to maybe new DVDs, it's different, right? I feel like with used books, you might not have to reprice it as much, especially if you're going after longer tail items. But if you're going after, maybe some DVDs or electronics or faster flipping items and there's more competition, you're going to have to be a bit more aggressive. I personally use Be Cool. If you want to check out Be Cool, I'll put a link down below, rakeandprofit.com/Be Cool. You can get a free trial. But that's what I use. And I like Be Cool because I can set up a minimum price and a maximum price. So when my repricer is repricing, it can't tank lower than my lowest, my minimum price, and it can't go higher than my maximum price. It's like guardrails. And then I could set up a rule to either have my repricer price more aggressive towards my minimum price or less aggressive towards my maximum price. But all in all, I'm not going to get too much into repricing in this video. But what I want to say is if you don't have a system, whether it's manual repricing or using a repricer like Be Cool, you're missing out on a ton of potential deals because 80 to 90% of sales on Amazon are being purchased from customers, from your customers, Amazon's customers, through the buy box. And the more that you reprice, because Amazon's very price focused, you're gonna sell more items, right? The more competitive you could be being first, second, third in line, the faster you're gonna sell your product. So get yourself a repricer, or if you don't have the funds for that, go in a couple times a week and reprice your inventory. I've jumped on coaching calls with people where they've got 2,000 books in their inventory and they haven't repriced their inventory in 12 months, in 7 months, or people who have $40,000 in a business of inventory and they haven't repriced in a month and a half. Your sales are going to be affected. Now, I'll tell you this, I'm going to end with this. When I first got got Be Cool, I think, I don't know, 2021 or 2022, I can't remember. It's been like 4 or 5 years. When I set up Be Cool and I actually learned how to use it, right? It's gonna take some time. I had my best month that I've ever had, right, at that period of time when I set up my repricer. Sales were just flying, old inventory started selling because, you know, the repricer is gonna be adjusting your price, and Be Cool, it has an AI algorithm that it reprices with. I don't know all the details in terms of how it works, but I had my best month. And I remember watching a video from, what's his name? Fields of Profits, Warner Fields of Profits. And he said he had the best month ever when he set it up. And when I set it up, the same thing happens. So it's not just me. I've heard of this from other people as well, but make sure that you have a repricer set up. So to recap, the 5 things. Number 1, you're not selling enough items to get auto ungated. If you're new and you're just dabbling and you're sitting in a box here or there and selling a couple of items, Amazon's not going to auto ungate you. And the more volume you sell, even though you're restricted, the more products you're going to sell, the more opportunities you're going to be ungated in with Replen Catcher, right? Number 2, the products you're buying are too slow selling. You're not learning Keepa. You're not reading the Keepa charts. You're not looking at the sales rank. You're not looking at the offer count. You've got to go after items that flip faster. I'd rather take a smaller profit in the beginning to get my volume going so Amazon trusts me more and auto ungates me more. Number 3, you're buying products where the buy box is overly inflated. Again, the issue is coming back to you're not learning Keepa. You're not looking at the offers. You're not looking at the past. A lot of times the past will be a prediction of the future, right? And you know, you're just kind of buying items blind, okay? Number 4, you're not spending enough money. And then last but not least, you're not repricing your inventory. You don't have to do what I do, right? There's a million different ways to skin a cat. I hate to say that. I always say my cats better not be listening. And there's a million different ways to win in business. I'm just sharing what I'm doing. I'm sharing how, you know, I've sold over $3 million in the last 5 years, over 35,000 plus products with this method. And these are 5 things I notice a lot of people, especially newer sellers, are messing up on, and even things I've messed up on and mistakes that I've made over time. I've had to optimize every single one of these areas in my business. So with that being said, guys, appreciate you all. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.